Alright everybody, this tutorial goes along with part one, or day one I should say, day one of the C6 assignment, where we are going to be creating a presentation using Google Slides and then also conducting some research in career cruising. What we're going to be doing here today on this day one is selecting a career from your results of your career matchmaker that we did a little while back in career cruising. Now, some things that you want to have open here, guys, right now as I go through this with you. First of all, just a reminder, if you're not sure how to get to career cruising, you can go to B12 because that was the ed tech concept about careers. You can click on career cruising, and then you can go and log in there. Now, don't forget your login is KH dash your student number, and then your password should be your school password. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do when you get into career cruising is make your way to your My EDP page, which is this page right here. Then you're going to want to find that matchmaker session. Now, your name for yours is a little bit different. We should have probably typed in like fall 2014 or whatever semester you're in. Something about 7th grade in there. Whatever the name of it was, you need to kind of find that here. Depending on what the semester is here and what part of the year we're in. But just find that one, and then just go ahead and click on it. Okay, and then when you click on it, it will bring up that list of careers that you that were generated rather from the results of your matchmaker survey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out one from my list. You can pick out any of them in here if you want, and we'll talk. I mean, if there's nothing that makes sense to you, if there's not one there that you're interested in, you can always do a search for one. But I'd like you to try to pick one from your list. I'm going to go down my list a little bit here and go down to meteorologist here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that one. And that's where I'm going to get the information for my slideshow. Now, if you look at the requirements for the assignment, you'll see that you'll need to have 5 slides total here. And that's what we're going to work on in day one is 5 slides. Now, to start, let's just keep them blank, all right? And don't put any backgrounds or anything like that in them right now. We're going to get to that later in day 2, okay? The kind of polish and some of the other things that we can do with these, all right? But this is what you'll be constructing today in day 1. Now notice there's 5 slides, okay? There's a title slide here, all right? And there is a slide about some general information, okay, about your career. Notice that at the top it kind of gives a title for each one. This is just some general information. Here's some education information about the career. Okay. There's a slide about abilities and some other things that career may need and that sort of thing. And then some other careers or related careers to that career. So in case you get along into developing let's say into a meteorologist, but maybe it doesn't work out for you, there's some other careers that you can go into that are based off that. We'll talk more about that later on in class. All right, so 5 slides total here, guys. Now notice also I have some word balloons on each slide. You don't need to make those. Please don't put those on your slide. Those are just there to help you, okay, with some reminders. Okay, in fact, this one down here tells you that. All right. Now the other word balloons here, as we get going, it'll kind of tell you where to find the information that's on that slide. So notice here, for example, you need to make a summary about what your job's about, all right, and you can find that info on the job description page. Now, if I go over to my page here, I'll notice here along the side there's a page for job description, and I can read about this job and what it's about. Now, notice that there's a lot of information here, and then on my slide, I summarize it in 2 sentences, okay? So, that's what we're trying to accomplish here is we're not copying and pasting over the whole thing. Can't possibly fit that. You're just kind of summarizing it into your own words and what you understand that job to be. This part down here is earnings. You'll find that on the earnings page. So again, along the side here, here's earnings, okay, which is right here. And it's just looking for a range. You can usually find that at the top, or you can just kind of summarize what's in the information down here. But usually you'll find your range up here on the earnings page, okay. And then as we move along here, again, a lot of this information in the next couple slides you'll find on the education page. So it's talking about elective courses. Now, when we talk about elective courses, guys, here, just real quick, we look at the education page. All right, it's going to give you a list of courses for high school, okay? But you really want to not pay attention to the top 3 or 4 that are up here, because these are not electives. Notice it's asking for electives here, okay? And those are, what we mean by electives, if you recall, are classes that you're not required to take, but that you want to take, all right? Based on your career aspirations. So when we think about electives, those are those classes that you can choose to take. English, mathematics, the sciences, biology or chemistry or whatever, those are ones you kind of sort of have to take, all right? Those are required courses that you must take in order to graduate, all right, from the core classes. Now, not that those aren't important, but they don't really fit what we're trying to do here. What we're thinking about are those ones that you choose out of your schedule. So you notice things like creative arts, computers, health and physical education, okay, computers again, law and government, computers again, okay, earth science shows up here, and earth and environmental science, rather, shows up here, economics. Those are all, again, computers, so I guess I better make sure I put computers on here. So, and you don't have to list them all, just pick 3 or 4 of them, but put those down, because again, those are the ones you want to be thinking about as you make your schedule, in 8th grade even, and then certainly into high school, okay? So don't put required courses here, put elective courses. And then down here, there's more information about education. What do I need to do for my career after high school? And that information is up here in the education and training, okay? So you can read more about that as you take a look at this. You'll notice there's some information about college programs here as well. So that's a bit of it. But you can read here, master's degree or secondary bachelor's degree greatly improves your chances, so on and so forth. So it talks about some of those degree programs. Remember, a bachelor's degree is a 4-year degree. Next is a master's degree, which is usually a couple more years, and then a PhD, which is your doctorate, is probably 3 or 4 more years after that. So bachelor's typically takes 4 to 5 years. Master's is usually 6 to 7 years, and then a PhD, can be 8 to 10 years. So you just kind of keep building on those things. Anyhow, but that you want to put that information down there. As far as abilities go, these are just some personal traits or personal abilities. You'll find those on the other suggested qualifications page, and then the related careers page has this information. And again, those are along the side here. Here's related careers down here as well. Okay, so you can find that information. Actually, the suggested qualifications are actually in the education page, but they're in their own section here. So anyhow, just kind of read those tags. They'll tell you, or these balloons rather, and they'll tell you where to find the information. Okay, and that's what you need to accomplish here for the first part. Okay, we'll talk about some of the slide features and stuff on day 2, but this will get you started with day 1. If you have any questions, let me know, but hopefully this is pretty self-explanatory to you. Also, don't worry about layout. You can start doing some things to layout like you see here, but we'll get to the bullets and some of the other features a little bit later on. Okay? So again, let me know if you have any questions, but hopefully this gets you a good start.